This is ABC15 Mornings.
New this morning, the House passes a $1.9 trillion relief package, what this means for you, and a look at what's next.
A Valley Lyft driver attacked. This morning, we hear from the neighbor who jumped into action to help.
And celebrating Valley Art and Culture Art Detour starts today. How you can score some tickets.
And we want to say good morning to you. It is 6 o'clock now on your Saturday morning. Mark, you mentioned it, that we were just flying through the morning already. I hope everyone at home is taking it easy with a nice cup of coffee, but I would say the morning's moving by a little fast.
Yeah, it is. I think we're probably just about an hour away from sunrise this morning. Lots of folks looking to that, looking forward to getting their day started. And we might have some pretty nice weather, albeit a little chilly just to start the morning, maybe.
Absolutely. You're exactly right, Mark. You definitely want to layer up if you're going to head outside today, especially if you are in the high country right now. We're in the teens in the Grand Canyon and Flagstaff, 28 degrees in Window Rock, 35 degrees in Prescott, 30 in Payson along the rim, 29 in Safford. Phoenix, we're checking in right now at 47 degrees. As we take a look at the valley, we're in the 30s and 40s is what we're waking up to across the valley. 48 degrees in Anthem, one of the warmer spots. 34 in Wickenburg, 45 degrees for you in Goodyear, 36 in Buckeye. And we move to the East Valley, 43 in Tempe, 30s in Chandler and Gilbert, 45 in Queen Creek, and 40 degrees in Santan Valley. Today across the state, we're going to warm to 73 degrees in Phoenix, 58 degrees in Sedona, 71 in Lake Havasu City, and 73 degrees in Casa Grande. So a nice day on tap when it comes to those temperatures, but some winds are moving into our state and breezes into the valley. I'm going to walk you through a disturbance moving to our north coming up in just a little bit.
All right, Megan, thank you so much. And new this morning, the House voting to pass President Biden's $1.9 trillion pandemic aid package. Now, the vote here was 219 to 212, with 2 Democrats breaking ranks and no Republicans voting in favor of that bill. The bill now goes to the Senate, where they will likely change the bill before it goes back to the House for final passage. This version of the bill that was passed overnight does include that increase to $15 an hour of the federal minimum wage. When it makes its way back to the Senate, that will likely be ruled out. The bill also includes extension of the unemployment benefits, which are scheduled to sunset in the middle of March, and an expansion of the child tax credit. Americans under a certain income level, they will also get a $1,400 stimulus check. The leaders on Capitol Hill, they're hoping that they will have that bill back on the president's desk by March 14th.
At that point, she told me that he had pulled out the gun, choked her, and said, "Keep going."
A Valley Lyft driver attacked during a ride and a neighbor jumping into action to help out. A chilling story coming out of Gilbert, and it all ended in an arrest. ABC 15's Ashley Paredes takes us through this chilling ordeal.
This was far from a normal Lyft ride. A driver was about to drop off her passenger in a nearby neighborhood when things turned violent. Thankfully, a neighbor came to her rescue.
She did this, she opened, screamed for help.
Simon Kunthara finding a woman inside his family's garage, afraid for her life after being attacked.
We closed the garage and we talked to the police in here, and then we let her inside.
Gilbert police arriving just minutes later, saying the woman was a Lyft driver in the process of dropping off a customer when he turned violent, choking her and robbing her at gunpoint.
Like right at that intersection.
Kunthara explaining to ABC 15 what the woman told him.
And then that's when she was like, "Please don't kill me, please don't kill me." And then she reached for her box cutter, tried to defend herself while she's in the front seat. And then he proceeded to leave the vehicle, go into the driver's seat, open the door, steal her phone, punch her. And that's when she floored the gas, went down this road.
This happening Wednesday afternoon in a neighborhood. Police searching the Lyft driver's car for evidence, finding a Walmart receipt along with a grocery bag in the back seat with items including an open box of condoms. That, along with surveillance video, led them to the rider, later identified as 18-year-old Derek Caver.
And I saw them in like their full gear with guns out, which never happens around here. And I just immediately turned around and went back home because you could tell something bad had happened.
Police saying after the attack, Caver ran to his home just a few blocks away, where he lives with his mom. Officers arresting him there.
He could have been hopping backyards. That would have been pretty unsettling for myself and anyone in this neighborhood.
A Lyft spokesperson issuing a statement. Safety is fundamental to Lyft, and the incident described is deeply disturbing. We have removed the rider from the Lyft community, reached out to the driver to offer support, and are assisting law enforcement with their investigation. Kuntara relieved he was home to help save the woman from such a dangerous attack.
So that's what's really scary is the thought of, what if we weren't there?
Police say in an interview, Caver told them that he was the one who was attacked. But the report shows he was also under the influence. His attorneys say that he is innocent until proven guilty. I'm Ashley Paredes, ABC 15, Arizona.
Wow, just incredible. That Lyft driver was taken to the hospital after all of this, and fortunately, we're told she has no serious injuries.
Big developments now in the Hacienda healthcare scandal. We've been following the case for years. The ex-nurse accused of sexually assaulting an incapacitated woman who later gave birth at the facility is asking a judge to throw out DNA evidence. An attorney for Nathan Sutherland says the evidence should be tossed because Phoenix police didn't get a warrant or have probable cause to take his client's DNA. No ruling has been made on this request. As for Sutherland, he's pleaded not guilty to the charges against him and has since given up his nursing license.
The so-called piggy bandit has struck once again in the valley. Now, take a look here. This is a new photo from the FBI. They say that the robber just held up a pair of U.S. banks in Phoenix yesterday, one on Bell, the other on Tatum. Agents want you to take a close look at that unique tattoo right there on the robber's neck. The FBI first alerting us to the piggy bank bandit, saying that this person had already robbed 4 other banks since December. So why the nickname? Well, agents say that the crook left with rolls of coins during one of the robberies.
A new chapter in Arizona's ongoing election battle. A judge ruling the state Senate can get access to 2 million ballots from Maricopa County so it can audit results of the 2020 election. The county must also hand over election equipment. The decision comes after a long battle over subpoenas issued weeks ago by the Senate. The County Board of Supervisors argue those ballots should be kept secret. The county is conducting their own audits, which they say passed all the tests, proving once and for all that the election was fair and accurate.
The annual Japanese Matsuri Festival kicks off virtually starting at 10 o'clock today and tomorrow on YouTube. This is also the final weekend of the Dog Days in the Garden. That's at Desert Botanical Gardens. Dogs are admitted free with admission. And Art Detour 33 also launches today. For the next 33 days, Valley Art and Culture will be showcased with more than 300 art events and activities, some virtual, some in person. The majority of the events, they are free. Others do require that you purchase tickets. Head to artlinkphx.org for more details. And here's something that you usually don't hear during February. Football is back, but indeed it is. College football, that is, NAU, opens its season today after postponing it because of the coronavirus pandemic. The Lumberjacks opened the spring season against Southern Utah. It's a day starting QB he has been anxiously awaiting, especially after being hurt last season.
It feels like it's been forever, supposed to start back in the last fall, couldn't, and now it's here in the spring, I guess all the guys were just itching to get out there and just ready to show what we've been working on.
Yeah, kickoff is at 1 o'clock. Hopefully they'll have a great season.
Yeah, we hope so. Wow, what an interesting turn of events there. Coming up, football right now. We'll do what we can to get the sports out on the field. As we turn to that most accurate forecast, I know many of you are itching to get outside yourself. And here's what you can expect for your Valley Planner. So by 8 a.m., 47 degrees. By noon, 66 degrees with beautiful sunny skies. By 3 p.m., around then, we expect to hit our forecasted high of 73 degrees, which is right in the normal range for this time of year. We'll drop into the 60s around 8 p.m. tonight. So that forecasted high 73 today, breezy and warm. Then tomorrow we're going to drop off about 8 degrees to 65 degrees for a high. More breezes coming our way, and obviously it's going to be cooler too. It's because of a disturbance to our north. We have 2 storm systems that we are tracking in that 7-day forecast. I'm going to walk you through that coming up in just a little bit.
All right, Megan, thank you so much. 6:10 now on your Saturday morning. One Arizona senator using his grief to fuel change after the loss of his son. His plan to help stop accidental overdoses from drugs laced with fentanyl. That's ahead. Plus, we're now just one step away from a third COVID-19 vaccine. How many doses of that new vaccine we can expect to see by the end of the month? That's coming up.
Hey everyone, Chelsea Davis here with a look at your weekend construction. On the maps here in the North Valley, you'll see that Loop 101 is going to be closed westbound between the 51 to 7th Street until early Monday morning at 5 a.m. That's also going to close the northbound 51 ramp to westbound 101 and that on-ramp at Cave Creek as well. So if you want to get by, you can use Union Hills Drive or Deer Valley Drive instead. There will be other various closures, lane restrictions, ramp restrictions throughout the weekend, so check out our website for all of those details, abc15.com/traffic, and have a safe and wonderful weekend.
Thanks, Chelsea. Good to see you this morning, and good morning to you all of you at home as I try to get out my words on this early morning. I'm Megan Thompson, tracking that most accurate forecast for you. You have a beautiful day ahead. Some things I want to warn you about, though. As when it comes to your Valley activity planner, green light, though, across the board. I have some hesitation for you, and I'll tell you that in a second. But when you go running, wear your sunblock. Of course, your UV index is around 45 minutes for your burn time. And then hiking, just make sure you hydrate. Dry roads. We do not have any rain chances in our forecast. When it comes to those temperatures, over the next few hours or so, by 8 a.m., we'll be in the upper 40s with those sunny skies. Sunrise is just before 7 o'clock this morning officially. Then by 9 a.m., we'll be in the 50s, 51 degrees, and we'll stay in the 50s through 10 a.m., 57 degrees. For your hiking forecast, you'll expect a forecasted high around 66 degrees around that midday, then 72 degrees around sunset, which is right around 6:23 p.m. I do want to warn you, though, the pollen count is incredibly high over the next few days for juniper and ash. So if you've been waking up and you've been feeling your nose has been stuffy, some sneezing, it's likely due to some of these allergens, and wind speeds are going to pick up in the valley and across the state. That's not going to help that, unfortunately. Here's what you can expect in Flagstaff: 46 degrees for a high with sunny skies, gusts up to 25 miles per hour. Then in Sedona, 48 degrees for you, gusts up to 20 miles per hour. Show Low, you can expect gusts up to 30 miles per hour with a high of 52 degrees expected today with beautiful sunny skies. So I know many of you may want to get outside. I just want to warn you about that high pollen count and those wind speeds. Here's why our winds are going to crank up today as I put Futurecast into motion. This is later on this evening, right around 5 p.m. The system makes its way into our state, potentially bringing a dusting, maybe a little bit of snow along the rim. No rain chances here in the valley. Then that clears out later on, mostly into Monday morning. Our breezes and winds die down around the state. Our good chance for rain could actually come late Wednesday, as you can see the state lighting up with that green and potentially some more snow in the high country and along the rim. We're going to keep tabs on this system and see if it really is going to produce a lot of rain for us. Right now, we're only keeping about a 10% shot in the forecast because it's still a few days out and the models are changing. So we will update you as we get closer to that, but there's definitely a chance for us. So today, 73. Tomorrow will drop off to 65 degrees, and those breezes stick around and they get a little bit more severe, I would say, here in the the valley, or more high here in the valley. Then on Monday to start your work week, 72 degrees, 77 and breezy on Tuesday. And then that storm system moves in late Wednesday. A 10% chance of rain right now. 75 degrees is the forecasted high. Come Friday, 83 degrees is what we're looking at come next weekend.
All right, Megan, thank you so much. A sad story to report here. A Valley family and her school community now mourning the loss of one of their own. A student that was badly injured in a car crash has now died. And last night they held a candlelight vigil honoring the memory that is of Ava Miracle. She and her brother, they were on their way to Castile High this month when they collided with another car. This was near Higley and Riggs. Ava underwent 8 hours of surgery, but now more than a week later, she has passed away from her injuries. Castile administrators tell us that students have placed ribbons all around campus and their athletic teams will wear pink socks in her honor. Well, after losing her son to a drug overdose, an Arizona state senator is now pushing to make drug testing strips legal and available over the counter, that is, Senator Christine Marsh telling our partners at KTAR News that her son died last year after he bought pills off of the street that turned out to be laced with the ultra-powerful opioid fentanyl.
I contend that a night of stupidity shouldn't necessarily be a death sentence. The fentanyl has been snuck into pretty much everything out there on the street, and nothing is safe.
She is now championing a bill that would remove drug testing strips from the state's official list of drug paraphernalia and make them legal for anyone to own. That bill has passed the Senate and is now being considered by the House. Well, 15 canines, they're out of a job. This after the legalization of marijuana. They were working for the Arizona Department of Public Safety. Officials with the State Troopers Association say that the moment that voters approved the sale of recreational marijuana, canines trained to detect cannabis, some of them were no longer useful for the department.
There's not any funding that I'm aware of the legislature to replace the needs that we have.
Now, some of those dogs were decommissioned, but some of them, they'll still get to work going to the Department of Corrections. The remaining animals, they will likely be adopted by their former handlers, which is great that they can keep that bond and connection together. 6:19 now on your Saturday morning. Are you looking for a job? The virtual job fair that's happening today and how you can apply. Also, helping local businesses take safety seriously. The city offering goodie bags to support businesses as they work to rebound from the pandemic.
Thanks for watching ABC15 Arizona, streaming 24/7 on Roku and these streaming devices.
They are creating the next generation of Arizonans. Our teachers, our education staff, they are so critical to the development of our children. Unfortunately, our state has been struggling with a teacher shortage for years, and then the pandemic has made it all worse. The Arizona Department of Education says they have seen a devastating number of education professionals leave the industry. So to try and take action and get more highly qualified teachers and staff back into Arizona classrooms, so they're going to be holding a virtual job fair today. So to talk more about it is Tracy Threatherin. She is the Director of Professional Learning and Sustainability with the Arizona Department of Education. Tracy, can you tell us a little bit about the opportunities that are available to our viewers this morning?
Absolutely. Thank you, Megan. Yes, we are thrilled to be hosting our Arizona Education Virtual Job Fair this year. We have, similar to other people, faced some challenges this year in offering our usual services and opportunities, but we have found an innovative and safe way to bring together our educators and our school leaders to come together and fill those positions that we have and make sure we have those highly qualified teachers. We have over 110 school districts and charter schools from across the state of Arizona. We have urban districts, we have rural districts. The entire state of Arizona is going to be represented at this job fair with hundreds of those school representatives online on Saturday, ready to talk to our candidates. Our candidates, once they register and log in, will enter a virtual lobby that looks very much like a convention center. So they're walking through a convention center, they're clicking on booths, they're connecting with our employers by chat, video chat, audio calls, video calls, every which way we can allow them to engage in those conversations and ultimately make those perfect matches for our positions that are available.
And what kind of things should people have on their resumes if they're going to head into this job fair? Are there certain things you're looking for in these teachers and these education staffs in Arizona schools?
I think if they come prepared with a comprehensive resume that they would for any job that they would apply for, as well as being prepared for the speaking to people. So they're dressed for the event as well, even though they're at home. You know, there may be interviews that are happening, job offers that could be provided. So they should come prepared to this event just as they would to an interview or a face-to-face event where they're one-on-one with those job seekers.
So there's also opportunities for people who are maybe thinking about a teacher certification to get more information on that. Can you tell them about that opportunity?
Yes, definitely. We will have our colleagues from the ADE certification section online and on hand to answer questions, direct them to resources. They get a lot of one-on-one questions that are very specific. They're happy to answer all of them and help people be really clear about how they obtain their certificate or renew their certificate if they're in that process or if it has lapsed. So yes, there will be people there to answer those questions and support people.
And what kind of person are you looking for to bring into the Arizona state education system? You know, these are people who are going to be involved with our children's lives. Who are you looking for to really set the stage for our families for generations to come?
We are looking for passionate, dedicated individuals who care deeply about the success of our students and are dedicated to their craft or their position in whatever form that looks like to do their best in service to those students.
Tracy, can you give us the details of the event today?
Yes, absolutely. So our event is from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. today online, Saturday, February 27th, and they can register at www.azeducationjobfair.com. Once you go to that page and register, and our event is open, you just walk on in and you'll click your way through to connecting with lots of folks.
Tracy, thank you so much for joining us this morning to talk about it. And we'll put that information in this story on ABC15.com.
Thank you so much, Megan. We appreciate it. We look forward to seeing everybody today.
6:26 now on your Saturday morning. The Boy Scouts of America under fire after allegations of sexual abuse, including right here in Arizona. This morning we take a look at how widespread the abuse was. Plus, a federal court judge now calling the CDC ban on evictions unconstitutional. What this means for people here in Arizona.